It's a pricey brush, but if you can afford it, you should buy it. This is me starting.
So we're going to talk about my favorite topic, which is blonde styling. You can see we've already done like our...
We've already done the color conditioners and all the messy stuff. So
my hands are now going to be blue and purple for the rest of the conversation.
Oh, don't you hate when people are like, oh. So annoying.
So basically we're going to be talking about detangling your hair with long blonde hair, which can be a nightmare. So we're going to be giving you some options about different types of brushes,
different types of products.
Our favorite products. Just if you are blonde,
you need all of these.
You have to have
all of them.
Okay, I'm going to start. I'm going to start with this one.
Okay.
I'm going to steal
as long as I can do this one.
Okay, that's fine. So this is perfect for platinum. I had to look at it just in case I said it wrong.
No, it's so nice.
It's so good. This is just amazing. This is from Pureology, which we absolutely love in the salon. If you come and visit us, we are definitely going to be telling you about the option of Pureology. Not only is this brand fantastic on the hair, it is just all natural.
It's vegan, it's PETA approved. So, like, if you are really conscious about, like, if you're a vegan or you're really health conscious, it's definitely a brand that's good for you.
Because before, if you were someone that was, you know, really wised up on animal testing and things like that, your options would be very limited. But with Pureology, the performance is absolutely amazing. Shampoos, conditioners, and things like that. So we love it here. And perfect for platinum is so good for blondes. You can literally spray this in any hair and it will just detangle right the way through.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant because sometimes if you're kind of having a little bit of sensitization on the ends of your hair and it can pull, it can rip, especially if you've got fine hair and you over highlight it or it can easily break, it doesn't really take well to bleach. This is so good because, you know, if we are ripping blonde hair, it's this vicious cycle of just ripping the hair, trying to style it, and then it's just getting in worse condition, but you still want to stay blonde.
Did you see that video of that woman? The one who's pulling her hair out.
Oh, no.
She needs that product.
You're always having YouTube videos of people overdoing, you know, blonde life and then
that video made me feel sick.
Oh gosh.
I've got to show it to you. It's so funny.
Breaking off. This is so brilliant though because your tangle teaser or your detangling brush, which we're going to talk about in a second, will just glide straight through it. So it's such a beautiful detangler. And if you are able to brush your hair really easily, it's going to make it just the condition of the hair so much better. So, you know, really get away from that vicious cycle.
So this is our next product. So this is the Serum Therapy. So this is a slightly stronger product. So basically this is a dual action serum. So you see a lot of these out at the moment. There's loads and loads of different ones. So one side is like a gel and one side is like a cream. And basically what this is meant to do is meant to seal split ends. Now obviously you can't seal split ends, but you can glue them back together, and this is the perfect product. That's the perfect glue.
You cannot seal split ends forever,
but you can glue them back together. You know,
stick them a little bit more.
So this is a really great product if you are someone who has had a lot of damage lengths and ends. If you've got really long hair, you're brushing it really intensely. This can be used on wet and dry hair, so you can use it before you dry and afterwards. Actually, I'll use a bit on you.
And no.
Why? Oh, there's not nothing. So I can't use it.
I'm saved. I don't have to use it. Actually,
it's great.
Really lightweight.
Lovely.
This product is really lightweight and it is absolutely beautiful.
And one thing that I find this is me going nerd mode now. So there's a tree called the resurrection tree, right? No joke, not even joking.
All right.
And inside that tree, Gabby, don't laugh. Inside that tree is the sap, right? And this sap is amazing. Do you want to know why it's amazing?
Tell me.
Because if you chop off a twig of this tree and leave it for 100 years, right? 100 years, 100, right? And then you put a little bit of water on that twig, the sap inside the twig is so water retentive that it can make the tree grow after 100 years of not being growing.
Oh.
Because the sap absorbs water so well. How amazing is that? Basically,
and it's in the product.
And it's in here.
It's in the product.
Read it and weep, honey. It's inside the product. So basically,
there's also angel tears in there as well.
You know when people say what unicorn stuff is in that? It's in this. This is the product it's called Seve de Resurrection. You should look it up because no joke, that's a true story.
I believe you.
And I had a twig.
So says the
and I had
strip.
I had a twig in my tip drawer. Do you not remember? And everyone was like, "When are you going to get rid of that twig?" I was like, "In 100 years."
We digress. Anyway, going on to the Incredible Blow Dry Lotion.
Incredible.
I call it the Incredible.
Incroyable
lotion. It's called Incredible for me, and it's brilliant because if you blow dry your hair with this. It's taken L'Oreal years to make this product, absolutely years, because what it does is actually make a slight film on the actual hair shaft. And what they like to sort of communicate it as is like memory for the blow dry. So it kind of keeps the memory of the blow dry once it's done.
So good.
And it really does do that. It's just not a whole bunch of spiel. It actually is really cool. So if you put this in and you're trying to make some waves and things like that, unless your hair is really, really heavy and needs some more prep product, this is brilliant because it makes the hair feel a little bit fatter, a little bit more substantial, and it does hold the waves of the style that you're trying to make. So that's why people love this. And you know that people love it when it's going off the shelf and people come back in.
And you can't stop. You can't like
and they buy it
keep up with the order because it's like crazy. It's so nice. Yeah. And actually, they've just brought out like a thicker version. So if you are that type of person with thicker hair, they actually now have like one that's in like a bottle like this shape, and it's just a slightly thicker cream, which is amazing. It's so nice.
That's great.
Okay, so this is one of my all-time favorite products ever. I mean, literally all my guests have this product.
Yeah.
If they don't, that's it, they're over.
They need it.
They need it. So there's a few things I like about this product, but I'll start with the fact that it's good for air drying and blow drying. So it's like it's called Wonder Worker, by the way, and it really does work wonders. So you can air dry it with it and you can blow dry with it. And what I think I like about this is that it has the protection of something like a Perfect Platinum, but it also has a little bit of hold in it, so it doesn't make the hair feel. So for example, like we see people all the time, this doesn't do the same thing. You get people all the time who have blonde hair, and anytime they feel like they put anything in it, that it's like makes it really flat, you know, and they get worried about putting products in. But the great thing about this is that you can put as much in as possible because it has that little bit of hold. It doesn't make the hair feel flat, and it doesn't say you can do this, but I would say I'd put this on dry hair to re-blow dry in rather than wetting it back down.
It's so good for like, say I washed my hair 2 days ago and I'm gonna spritz it and then re-blow dry it again.
Yeah.
It's fab.
Actually at home, what I do is this is really sad again. Oh no, when I do shoots and at home, I mix half of this with my water bottle.
Oh yeah.
And I like shake it up, so then I've got like half
Bougie water.
Bougie water. Holy water.
Okay, holy hair water.
Holy hair water.
Right. This product is amazing. It's from Shermera. Blow dry beautifier. I don't.
It's
know.
called they call it BB creams.
So basically, it's the same version of this, just probably a little bit more different in terms of the hold. It's nice. I really like it. It's a little bit more expensive than this one, but they both similar do the same things in sort of making sure that it keeps the blow dry and stuff like that. So that's really good.
I think this one has a bit more perfume in it, I would say. So if you're someone who likes
Lux.
to smell the hair, smell it.
Test. Yeah.
Oh.
And this obviously is the Shermera oil that I'm just like Essence Absolute. It is absolutely beautiful because it leaves the hair really lightweight. It doesn't make the hair feel
heavy.
Oily or
it doesn't
heavy.
make blonde. The reason why I put it in, it doesn't make blonde hair go yellow. You know how a lot of oils.
Sometimes you can get a lot of argan oils or jojoba oils or things like that, and it'll sort of slightly distort the actual view of the blonde, whereas this is really clear. Even though it looks yellow in the bottle, it's
actually really, the bottle is yellow.
It's super.
So if you look,
it's super clear, and it's brilliant on the hair. You can use it in wet, you can use it in dry. I use this. It's my favorite product. It's my go-to. I use it just before I detangle, and we've introduced it into people's lives, and they've absolutely loved it. And you know what? Even though it's a bit more of a pricey product, it's sort of closer to 40 pounds for this bottle, and you think that's really steep, but it does last you. Honestly, this lasts you 4 or 5 months.
And also on that note, by the way, most oil bottles that you buy, so a lot of other oil brands like Moroccan Oil, Kerastase do their oil, they come in 100 mils.
Yeah.
And they're about 35 quid. This is I actually know the price of this. It's 44 pounds and 10 pence at the time of filming. So YouTube.
You've got to really look at
but
those
it's
mils.
150 mils, so you're
Yeah.
getting like 50% more than you would with other oils. So actually, mil for mil, it's actually a lot cheaper, but it's a lot more of an investment in the first time
So
you use
always
it.
when you're looking at products, make sure you're looking at the price and the mils to kind of make sure what the ratio is like and see what's
Sometimes
best
buying a
for you.
bigger product, well, that's the whole point. That's why they do it. Buying a bigger product is cheaper,
Yeah.
like per mils, you know.
Next thing we want to talk about is detangling your hair. So tangle teasers, manta brushes and stuff like that. Yeah, so the thing is that tangle teasers, everybody knows what those are. Although I did find somebody who didn't know what one of these
Oh
were.
my god, yeah! And I was like, and she was long and had blonde hair.
Yeah, you need, if you are blonde, you need to have a
No, do you
detangling
know what?
brush.
Scrap that. If you're anyone,
You need to have a detangling brush. Like,
like,
okay,
please
so
stop using those paddle brushes.
we made sure that we had 3 different types of detangling brushes for you to view. There's a few new ones. I'm going to start with this. I love a tangle teaser or like a detangling brush that's got a handle, and we're going to be coming out with our own one very soon, our Skyler London detangling brush, which will be so exciting. I love it with a handle because I feel like I've got more control, especially for someone that's having a lot of tangles to deal with. The handle is just a little bit more in terms of control, so you can kind of go through the detangling a little bit better.
I think especially when, like, because the good thing about this is that you can use it in the shower and out of the shower. I think generally that's why tangle teasers don't have handles, is because they tell people to use them when they're in the shower. But obviously this, you have the choice of both.
And remember, when you're detangling your hair when it's wet, it's at its most vulnerable state. So, the hair can break a little bit more. It's actually easier to detangle hair dry, which a lot of people don't know. They think that
If the hair's really, like, we've done that quite a few times, when you have, like, so when you're detangling, where's your demo? Just turn your head forward for me. So when you're detangling, you always want to start from the bottom, like this.
And work your way
and
up.
work your way up. Because I see so many people who go like this. Oh, it doesn't work. And then
you're ripping the tangles right the way through the hair.
Yeah.
So you really want to make sure that you're working from the bottom all the way
Like
up.
me.
And also, if you're hearing a ripping noise, that's not a good sign. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing.
If you're hearing a rip, like, one thing you want to, and a lot of the time as well, I say to people, like, when you put conditioner on and things, like, you can mix it with your oils. This is so good for detangling. Like, using these are really good for, so if you're one of those people in the shower and you really can't detangle your hair, don't panic.
Or you don't have time.
Or you don't have time,
You
don't
need to
panic.
use a product.
Use a product afterwards and just use that to detangle it.
Next thing we've got is the Manta brush. This is a new, amazing brush, and it's got a beautiful story, actually. The creator of it created this brush because his wife was going through cancer and she couldn't find a detangling brush that
Didn't make her hair fall out.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, her hair was going to fall out, but I mean, it was that, the tension of the brush was a bit too much, because when you're looking at these plastic bristles on here, sometimes they're a little bit harsh on the scalp. For her, it was a really, sensitive time. So he made this brush where the bristles are a little bit more flexible, and honestly, when you were using this on your head,
Oh my God,
it's like a
so
massage.
nice.
It is beautiful. It is so nice, and it's so flexible, and I love the handle, and I love the branding,
And it looks like a
I love
ring.
the story. It's so wonderful.
And, wait, you forgot the box. Oh, it's over there.
The only thing about this brush is that it is a little bit more expensive than, say, a tangle teaser. Whereas you're looking for a tangle teaser, it's going to be around the £10 mark, give or take. Our brush is going to be around about the same, but this one is going to be around about £25. So it is an investment. But if you're loving the feel of this Manta brush and the control and the sliding it in the hands, and also if you find these brushes a little bit severe on the scalp, this is going to be brilliant for you.
And also, it comes.
Really nice.
It comes in this
case.
nice little case, and you obviously, like, you can take this away, because a lot of the time with hairbrushes they get damaged. And did you know why it's called? Do you know why it's called a manta?
Tell me.
Because it looks like a manta ray.
I can see that. Yeah.
But it's like a nice carry case. And what I said, actually, I know this is really sad and I'm such a loser, but I was saying, like, oh, you could, if you were taking this away with you, you could put like little clips in it, little like hair bobbles and things. This could be like a little hair carry case for you to go. I was such a loser.
Yeah, you are. Okay. So I really hope that you understand everything that we've told you and we've blathered on about, and you're able to style your blonde hair, use the right brushes, and I hope you got some really good tips from this video. I know I know any guest of ours would. So thank
Yeah,
you very much
thank
for
you so much for watching.
And follow us on Instagram, and also look out for our website for any new information or any posts that we have concerning these lovely products.